Am I live? Yeah, I am live. Okay, so let me figure this out. So this is, if you're watching, this is the first trial run for LinkedIn Live, and I got prompts here from our marketing department that I'm going to talk about some stuff. What is coming up right now? Oh, here it is. Something. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of different things, and we want to take this, take the opportunity to run LinkedIn live sessions. I'm not really sure if it's going to be once a day or a couple of times a week, but that's something that we're aiming for to both recap the stuff that I'm doing every day in terms of global digital twinning, 5G, 6G road mapping, metaverse enablement. And I know that's buzzword number one right now, but actually using it to solve the problems that we have in the world. And tomorrow there will be a LinkedIn live session when I'm hosting, where we're sending live from Kalmar here in Sweden. We're going to talk about smart heating systems, so that's going to be really really interesting. And then in the next couple of weeks, we're also traveling to Barcelona. We're going to be speaking at two conferences. I think it's IoT World Congress and something else. Bob Snyder, don't be angry with me for not knowing exactly what the congresses names are right now. And there we're going to talk about IoT for building automation, and also the importance of leveraging digital twins and what to use in the right order. So we're going to talk about a lot of different things. And again, like, this is the first trial run of all of them, right? So welcome, Payush, Lars, Thomas Benz. Really, really nice to see you, and that could attend this trial run. And if you have any questions about digital twins, feel free to ask right now, and put me to the test. Otherwise, yeah, actually, please do that. And Thomas, Thomas Benz, who's also here with us in some way, shape, or form, he's also a metaverse expert. At least, I think we're all trying to be, at least, and doing really, really cool things when it comes to national digital twins with me here in Sweden. Fantastic company, and they're doing some really, really cool stuff. I've been working with Ericsson and a lot of other companies. And with myself, it's more about, well, it's also about the granular aspects of how to tie, the self-learning, sensors up to an edge gateway, edge native approach to the whole building, to the city, to the whole country, and then of course, global digital twins. So I'm working with a lot of different things at the moment, and my belief is that we can use, it's just about using modern tools in the right order with fantastic people like we have in the chat here, and to solve the problems that we have today. Nargis, fantastic to see you as well. Working on the BIM aspects, but I think you're at Schneider right now, if I understand it correctly. Also doing amazing things when it comes to not just working on the BIM side, but actually utilizing BIM and whatever has been created during the construction phase, and using that during the entire life cycle. That's really really important, that whatever we create at some stage in any kind of project, that we actually reutilize that and leverage intelligence and make it understandable for a lot of different people. Because wasting time or wasting all the shapes and forms is, I hate it, right? I think it's ridiculous. So we need to work together, solve problems together, because we only have one Earth, right? Well, with the metaverse, Thomas, I know we have, I think we talked about the infinite Earth strategies, but right now we actually pretty, we need the Earth that we stand on. Okay, Nargis, for the ones who haven't, you need to keep up. She's actually joining Microsoft next week, actually. So we need to talk about Microsoft digital twin data language. We need to discuss, Microsoft Mesh and everything that they're doing at Microsoft. So it's going to be really interesting to see what you're going to do, Nargis. And of course, again, I'm working on the global digital twin aspects right now. And, I'm seeing really, really cool things where, it's the metaverse is, what you can create in the metaverse, and to actually deploy that in a real life setting, and to visualize that with augmented reality. And again, like the buzzwords right now, they're going to be the pillars of the future of how everything is going to be made up in every organization. Okay, so Nicholas, would love to know your thoughts about digital twins and different levels of details as to them, and also old unconnected buildings. Well, Bill, good to see you, my friend. As you know, that's definitely my specialty. Digital twins, per definition, and there are a lot of them. But I take the one from Digital Twin Consortium, where I am co-chair of the manufacturing group and also part of the healthcare one, and dabbling a little bit with the natural resources and some of the other ones. Their definition is that a digital twin is a digital representation of something in the real world that is connected with different twinning rates or different real time intervals. For me, that has to be bidirectional, definitely, and I think like that's sort of one aspect of the digital twin. But there also the simulation twin might come beforehand. It's the or simulation model, and then you have like the simulation twin. You have the prototype twin. You might have like the virtual twin and the visual twin. So a lot of different twinning aspects. And BIM, of course, building information models are heavily used in the construction phase. They are basically information models tied to buildings, where you can have like a 3D representation of a wall or the entire building, the pipes, the plumbing, all this kind of stuff. But it's tied to also metadata. Where is it coming from? How does it adhere to fire, etc., etc. So for me, I love BIM as a discipline, and the biggest tragedy, of course, is where it's not being used during the entire life cycle. So the combination of using BIM, connecting that with IoT, Internet of Things, and leverage that so that you get the impact of things together with BIM, that's basically a really, really good start to leverage digital twins and get going. So there's not either or with anything. Everything is connected, and it's just about finding these connections and how to tie it together. Parul, awesome. Thank you so much. Freddie Pritchard Smith, who are the leaders in on-site engineers using digital twins properly? That I cannot really say. I think it's the ones, if you bring it up a little, bring it back a little bit, the ones that have a standardized approach in how to invite to innovate, that actually focusing on describing their reality and then inviting the people, wherever they are in the world, to get started, get going, and the ones that understand, how to move from, how to get going or get started, get going, and succeed with digital twins, so that you're not, end up in a cul-de-sac. Because that's what I'm seeing a lot, that you're doing something and then it stops. You can't scale. You locked yourself into a data lake. You locked yourself into a platform. Is not interoperable. And I think it's again like it's people are staring at different tools for different purposes and different domains. So they're using something from one siloed perspective, but they're not tying it together. So the leaders in on-site engineers using digital twins properly, I actually don't know. But if you're a company that's working on this, please put that in the chat, and we can discuss it. And Freddie, if you have any ideas on what you see are the leaders, or if you're working in this space, feel free to share that with us as well. Bill Klee, naming conventions, definitely. Taxonomies, ontologies, metadata tagging, so important. And again, it's not about using the right standard, but it's about using systems and platforms that can handle any standard. Standards are important, but it's also the rules and the utilizing rules and a standardized approach, not necessarily standards, is also a good way of making everyone aligned. Good morning. Interested in more about realistic application of DT in buildings. Again, with my phone that I'm having right now, it's an iPhone. It's not the latest, it's the second to latest version. I can go in and scan the reality and then invite anyone in the world to help me with the reality that I'm using. And again, with the combination of scanning, BIM, combined with IoT, putting that real-time aspect, we're doing this in multiple projects in London, here in Sweden, also on a global level. You get an onset digital twin. But again, leveraging that together with artificial intelligence, et cetera, there are some steps in between. And of course, I can cover that at some point. And if you search for leveraging interoperable digital twins, you can see something with Digital Twin Consortium, where I also talk about this from a manufacturing perspective. Okay, I actually got to quit. I don't know if Jacques Bakri has a meeting with me right now or not. I'm going to see if he does. Thank you so much for the questions. This was really, really fun. I love the engagement and seeing, the comments here. And if you have any more questions, just reach out to me. And again, talking about smart heating systems tomorrow, and then about digital twins and leveraging that next week. And I hope that we can make this into a daily something where I give a prompt, this is what I'm working on, if it's IoT or the AI projects that I'm leading, or it's Unreal Engine or Unity or anything in between, and get some feedback, get some comments from you. So please think about what kind of comments or questions that you have in your mind. I'll love to try to answer them with you. Bill, always a pleasure. Nargis as well, and everyone in the chat, thank you so much for contributing. And thanks, Parul, Bhuvana, Himanshu, and our marketing department for setting this up. This is going to be fun. Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye bye.